downtown Atlanta. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Atlanta Falcons.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico. Greg Olsen set to get this one started. Off we go from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
At their own 28-yard line.
They'll run. Here is the rookie out of Ole Miss. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
He'll throw out of the gun. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
30-yard line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Hey, run.
Throwing is Lawrence. To crack the tight end downfield. And he will score. Tucker Kraft, touchdown Atlanta. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. And when you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
At their own 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's Tyler Warren, the tight end. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That was good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
A gain of 12. And the Raiders first down.
Here we go, sack.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Now they'll set up to throw. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd down, they need 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This one batted in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Kalen Bullock. And the Falcons have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
All right, Mike, so since these guys were young playing Pop Warner football, everyone's done the tip drill. And it's for this exact reason. That ball gets deflected. Find the ball, get into the area, and react in time to make a play on it. That's exactly what this defender did. He showed the reaction time he needed and the hands to bring in the interception.
Hey, easy.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The tackle made back at
Well, they
his
try
own
to get the
49.
run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lisa 24.
Once again, it's Walker. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Red 23. Hey, stand tight. Silver.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he puts his head down, and he picks up the 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now, he'll air one out, and that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got.
Hey, lock. Here we go.
Shotgun run now with Walker. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
Gain of 14 yards.
So think back to earlier in the week, Mike, and they told us they want to get him going here early and often. So I'd expect plenty of passes to head his way as this game unfolds.
Third and 5.
30 left. Done. This side's hot. Take right open. Open.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll air it out down the middle. That one's incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down.
A 50-yard attempt.
Pass's kick is good. And the Falcons will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now an opening past the 30.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
He'll drop to throw. Throw on the run is complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
It's going to be third. They need one. Now, this looks like a design run. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
And with the ball on your side of the 50, if they didn't pick it up there, I think it would have been really interesting, Mike, to see if they would have thought about going for it on fourth down. I think they would have, but I guess we'll never know because he's able to pick up the first down anyway.
Now this time, he'll set up to throw. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbor. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They don't need much. It is third and inches. We'll try and run for the first with Judkins. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory. And certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on third and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
They'll look to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. A big-time play for Vegas. It's a gain of 34.
First down, Las Vegas.
So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Raiders. It's his fourth touchdown on the year. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
On red. Hey, danger, time. Here we go, sir.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's second down and 5.
Hey, line. Silver.
They keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
Hey, let's go.
Lawrence from the gun here on third down. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
And he is out of bounds. Markham at the 25. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the first down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
Judkins now on 1st and 10. He's to the 10. To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. His second rushing touchdown of the year.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, go!
Back to throw. Lawrence. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter. They're going to take over now at their own 34-yard line.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
He'll get back to Quinshon Judkins. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a yard. A handoff as they try to run it here. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 13. First down, Vegas.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
A short pass taken in by Warren. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll throw here on third and short. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Okay, break.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
Back to the air once more on second down. Quick throw, taken in. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. Tyler Warren. Touchdown, Vegas. The extra point is good. And the Raiders are out to a 21-10 lead. So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
At their own 26-yard line.
Hey, kill, kill! Kill, kill! Red on red. Here we go, sir.
On first and 10, Lawrence. Look in the middle, that's Kraft. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
And the Falcons first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first down, Lawrence. That's caught by Harrison right side.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
It is second and 6.
Hey, Lion, Lion! Turn! It's hot! It's hot!
To throw is Lawrence. He'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And That one just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
Loss of a yard on the play.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime.
Okay, ready?
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Son, this is hot.
Throwing is Lawrence. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now.
It leads to second and
So as
10.
halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get
That one, take it in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown Falcons.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Pass is kicked is good. And the Falcons are back within 4. It's 21-17.
Falcons 17. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This fielded at about the 9. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40.
At their own 44-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. Now a signal, timeout call. 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
Brings up second and
Well, so
4.
often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
To the sideline.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. He'll look to throw. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Hey, go!
They'll run the draw with Walker. Room to run at the 40. Angling to the sideline inside the 35. And he is gone. 70 yards. Touchdown Atlanta. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get him the ball.
Finding space at the 40. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 52 yards.
52 yards.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. He'll push forward for about a yard. Tackled there by Trenton Simpson.
A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. No issues there. This one is good. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it 1st down. Back to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
2nd and 2, you're thinking, I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's got his big tight end. Cade Otton. Touchdown, Raiders. Borregales now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders have taken a 4-point advantage.
Falcons 24.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Sink right. Red on red.
They run with Walker. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Boye Mafe in on the tackle.
29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
11. Rip, 23.
They go play action for Lawrence. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And 6 yards to
All
go.
things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Hey, go. Hey, I'm gun. This side's hot.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Got a man! It's Ibuka! Complete! He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Hey, easy. Route.
In the pistol, here's Lawrence. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 49.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and
let's go.
Plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, on the back of the previous play, Mike, we saw him have some success through the air. They tried to change it up with a draw, but the defense wasn't having any of it. Didn't sell out for the pass. They're able to stop that one for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Easy.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. And much more room to run on this one. Pickup of 8, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Try and run it with Walker. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Bass's kick is good. And the Falcons cut the deficit down to 1.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This returnable from the 4. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it.
36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being complete.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. No! chance at all. He'll go down.
It might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
That's about as big time as you get. There's a saying, Mike, that you really judge your quarterback by his ability to operate not only on 3rd down, but what they call 3rd and pass, meaning it's such a long down and distance, they have no choice but to air the ball out. And when you can convert 3rd downs at that distance, chances are you got a pretty big-time quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
We'll get this into the hands of Nabel. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That is catch number 60 for the season. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. James Pierce, he gets into drop it. It's a loss of 8.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Quick throw, taken in. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Dallas Turner in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9. From back at the 13-yard line, it is 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That is caught.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
They'll try to sneak it here. And he's able to get the ball across the Touchdown, Las Vegas. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up one, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the fourth quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Hey, I'm gun. Hey, Soko.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Hey, easy, Ralph.
The run up the middle. It's Walker. Trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but this is going to go down as a big loss on the play. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
Tucker Kraft was the intended receiver there. And that'll set up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Michael Dixon to punt. He'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This brought in out past the 20. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Drive will start on the ground, and he dances away from one defender on his way. Gain of 7.
At the 38-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 38 now, here is 2nd and 3. He'll get this quickly to Warren on the RPO. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
3rd down.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Now, faking the give. He's got it! And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, Vegas. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to throw yourself back in it.
42. Falcons 27.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Check. Hey, go. Settle.
They'll run here with Walker. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. for no gain.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
At the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
11.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. Emeka Egbuka, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Rip, 23. Go. Son. Here we go.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They get 18 yards on 4th down and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown Atlanta. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
Makes the score Raiders 42, Falcons 34.
So time here for the onside kick just in front of the 2-minute warning. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's into space past the 25. And he's going to be brought down. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
Ready up.
2nd and 11.
Go.
They'll run the toss here with Judkins. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal. Now the Falcons will use their third final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
At the 7-yard line.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this one, a win for the visiting Raiders. They were forced to travel cross